Warning, the following content is unscripted and definitely will offend your precious feelings. Viewer discretion is advised. So last week, I was sitting here doing a different type of show, and I really wanted to talk about what happens when you do that very first broadcast, that very first upload, that the first time you put yourself out there and you try and make something happen, you try and make a connection. It's ballsy in a word. You are, and we don't think about that. We don't think about why it is that way, why we get nervous, because this isn't the norm. This isn't something you normally do. This is something you may have wanted to do. It may be something that you've thought about doing, but it's not something you've done before. So you get nervous, you get worried, you have to get kind of ballsy to do it. And it's something we forget about. It's something that we stop thinking about at some point. What do I mean by one? Who is the one? Steven put that in there before. Who is the one? What is the one? The one is the one idea, the one thing, the one goal, the one person that believes in you, the one dream you have. You know, I started doing movie reviews. That's what I was doing. I was doing movie reviews, and I was shooting them out there as quick as I could get them out there. It was like an everyday thing. And it wasn't until I did my first live stream that my direction changed. And I was like, I want to do this every day. I got off of that first live stream and I was lit. I was on fire. I wanted to do more. I wanted to jump right back on there and do more. So it's the one thing that you think about. It's the one thing that you're pushing yourself towards. What did you start out wanting to do? I know what I wanted to do. I wanted to talk about things that I was told I should not be talking about, that I should keep my mouth shut about. You're a toxic white male, cis male. Keep your mouth shut. That's when I was like, oh, hell no. You can kiss my fat white ass. I'm not staying quiet. I'm not being quiet. And good morning, everyone. Good morning. How are you all doing? Good morning to Mexican Iron Man. Hello, Mexican Iron Man. He says, I got a feeling this is going to be a good show, as per usual. Oh, good morning, my friend. Good morning to Fat Steven Seagal. You're still fat. Good morning to Dega Outlaw, the mad doctor of disaster and destruction. Good morning, Chris Persia, Mark the Infinitely Tired. Project Storytime, the wrenches here in Valhalla. Good morning, gentlemen. I hope you all are doing well. Gun Bunny! How are you doing, Gun Bunny? Good morning, Brandon Looney Tunes fan 2000. Good morning, Brandon. Psychodorf 9. How are you doing, my friend? Arwyn Avalon, the lady. Arwyn Avalon. Good morning. Arwyn. Tracy Asteria. Good morning. How are you? Welcome. Welcome. Good morning. Dean Krantz, how are you doing? Mary's Game Room. Good morning, Mary. Nerdporio Lifeform. How are you doing, sir? The Nearsighted Cyclops. Good morning. Good morning, Nearsighted Cyclops. Keely Chow. Roll Tide. Keely Roll Tide. Good morning, my friend. Good morning. I hope you are doing well. I hope you all are doing well. DJ Ronnie G. And the fat ass Steven Seagal. Good morning, Steven. Hope you are doing well. Asaj Melody, good morning. Olds Gamer 72 Cutlass, good morning. How are you doing? Hope you are doing well. The Jinja Ninja, good morning, Jinja Ninja and Stig Kenobi. Good morning. My morning is doing well, Stig. Good morning. Good morning. I was just talking about that one thing. The one thing, the one person, the one goal, the one dream you have, whatever it is that got you here. Something got you here, right? Something brought you here. When you stream, when you upload videos, when you work on a project, when you write a book, when you make a comic book, something brought you there. Someone brought you there. Whatever it is, that you can't let go of that, because it's something that brought you to the game, brought the fire. It's that entrepreneurship. And you can't let that go ever. You've got to hold on to that tight. It's like Otis in the last Starfighter. You got to grab on both hands and hold on tight. Because if you lose that, if you let it go, if you don't have it anymore, you've lost something. Ryan Roger Afe, speaking my mind, is so liberating. Isn't it, though? Especially when you've been told to stay quiet, don't say anything, keep your mouth shut. We don't need the opinion of an old white guy. Kiss my ass. Don't need an opinion of an old white guy. That's what they said. Keep your mouth shut. And if you do say something, you get a finger pointed at you and you get called all kinds of shit because you dared open your mouth. Just shut up and like it. Consume, consume, consume. Stig Kenobi. I just enjoy talking nerdy to the panels and the chats. Only reason I am on YouTube. Never got on to get subs, fame, or money. You enjoy what you do. You enjoy what you do. Talking nerdy. Talking about Star Wars. Talking about Star Trek. I love talking about Star Trek. Hell, I did something I never thought I would do. I played a wrestling game yesterday. Wrestling, folks. I haven't had any like want or need to have anything to do with wrestling in 20 years. And suddenly I'm hanging out with Canuck yesterday playing a wrestling game. A brand new wrestling game. Why? Because I saw the previews for it and I talked to Canuck about it and I figured I'd enjoy it. Because it's got all the old people on it. The legends. That's what I like. It's legends. Kind of funny, isn't it? I know I don't like any of the new shit, but yeah, the legends are great. Kind of interesting. Some of us didn't get on here for fame and glory and subscribers. I don't even like calling any of you subscribers. You're my friends, your family. I don't have subscribers. I have Valhalla. And you can ask Mexican Iron Man, Valhalla was the dream. Valhalla was the original dream. Valhalla was the one thing. A place where we could all hang out and be and have each other's backs and not have to worry about dicking each other over bullshit. Retro games and fantasy booze are probably my main meals. Fantasy books. Can't get enough of them. Low-key, I'm really thinking I'm going to focus on the game show on Wednesdays, do random streams otherwise, but focus on Wednesday game show with an interview up front. That's kick-ass, Floral. That's kick-ass, brother. Do what you enjoy. Why would you... Let me ask you guys something. I understand we're getting into like other idea territory here. If you had a job, and this is very much a job, that you enjoyed, that you loved doing, would you intentionally make it horrible? A horrible experience, a terrible thing to do, something you woke up and you didn't want to do every day just for fame and money? Would you flip the script and make it something you dread doing just for fame and money? Is that something you would do? Anybody? Would you make it something horrible, something you hate just for fame and money? And thank you, Ginger Ninja. He says, you guys have been a lifesaver, struggling with losing it here at times, but talking to all of you and listening to you has been a blessing. Same here, brother. It's the same thing. Mexican Iron Man with a $10 super chat, and he says, I'm glad Loki created Valhalla shows. 1, he got me to overcome my nerdy introvert self. 2, he got me to abandon all my show scripts. And 3, I get to be a Mexicanist with my best friends online. Thank you so very much, Mexican Iron Man, for that $10 super chat. You guys keep the fires burning bright here in Valhalla, especially you, Mexican Iron Man. And this one is just for you. Skol! Old Gamer 72 Cutlass. Kratos thinks Valhalla is tremendous. Like, subscribe, or you might get Olympus treatment. Thank you, Old Gamer 72 Cutlass. Psychodorf 9 says, Loki, my ego ain't that big. Some people's is. Some people it is. And they would flush everything they have just for a little bit of fame. Just for a little bit of money. It's not out of the realm of possibility. And maybe it's not in the beginning. Dega Outlaw. If the motivation is fame, money, drama will follow with 100% guarantee. I've yet to see the exception or the value. Sometimes it doesn't start out that way, but sometimes it turns into something like that. It starts out as I want to talk about this and I want to have fun doing this and maybe I want to meet this person or talk to this person. Then it turns into something else. I mean, it doesn't start out that way. A lot of good things start out with the greatest of intentions and then turn into something bad. Loki, I've been thinking of creating a channel, but my life is pretty hectic right now. Today, I'll be focused on turning 37 years old. Simone Flip, happy birthday, my friend. Happy birthday. I hope you have an excellent birthday. Guys, those only happen once a year. You only get a birthday once a year. So make it a good one. Make sure you have a good one. Timon Flip, happy birthday, my friend. Happy birthday. Project Storytime, I'll not spend the amount of time to write, record, edit, and put out my videos if I didn't love it. That's right. You want to love it. Sometimes that's not how it works, though. You get sucked into this, well, I want to be popular, and I want this, and I want that. Then what do you have left? Is it noticeable? See, that's a thing too. Is it noticeable? One thing I've noticed, one thing I've seen happen is some people kind of get up their own ass about it. I mean, you're like, do I want to associate with this person still? Do you want to? The last thing I've ever been is up my own ass about anything. I don't get that way here. I don't get that way on my gaming streams. I don't get that way on my uploads. I always been and will always be humble about where I'm at and what I am doing. Maybe that's a problem. Some people see that as a problem. Oh, you're too humble. You're too humble and you don't take enough credit and you don't bask in your own glory enough and yada, yada, yada. I don't want to lose my way. I don't want to lose my way. I don't want to get completely at my own ass to the point that I lose my way and who I am. And I'll start making tweets about how many people I have coming on and how many subscribers I have. And that's totally up your own ass. That is totally up your own ass. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. You know, with celebration, if you have a celebration, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, you hit 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 10,000, whatever it is. It's having a celebration with your audience is completely fine. Posting, oh well, I don't even want to do that. I don't even want to do that because to me it's not a badge of honor, it's a badge of pettiness. And you're getting away from what you came here to do in the first place. If all you're worried about is numbers, and all you're doing is staring at your damn analytics all day, you're not creating content, you're not focusing on your channel, you're not focusing on having a good time and making sure your audience has a good time. Boom. I don't know how to read that shit. I let Andre worry about that. So you don't. Don't worry about it. Don't look at it. Don't focus on it. It's just a number. It's just a number. If you're focusing on tweeting out numbers, then do something else. Work on math equations. Shit. You don't need to be focused on math. You need to be focused on your content and what you're bringing to people every day. Oh, well, Loki, I can do that. Oh, great. Then do that. Stop worrying about your numbers. A lot of people do this and something else, and say maybe sometimes even something else. I know a couple of people that work 2 jobs and do YouTube. I know an absolutely beautiful content creator that works a full-time job and does YouTube. And when I say full-time job, I mean morning to late, not late, super late at night, but like 10 hours a day. 10 hours a day, and then does YouTube on top of that. And it burns them out. You got enough to worry about. Don't add more to your plate. What's the one thing you started with? Well, the one thing I started with is this idea. You know what was crazy? You know what was one of my goals? I had this goal, this crazy ass goal, and it was nuts. I said one day, because this was this was what was hot then. This was the hot thing to go to every weekend. I'm going to talk to Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers, Ethan Van Skyver, and Jeff from World Class Bullshitters. That was one of my original goals. And I've done that. I got to hang out with Ethan Van Skyver on Echo Base Network and talk to him, tell him how much of an influence he had. I got to meet Jeremy in Vegas and talk to him about how they helped me through rehab, through physical rehab, getting back on my feet. If it wasn't for them and this goal I had, I would have never done that. And I got to hang out with Jeff in Vegas. I got to hang out with Jeff in Vegas, with Nick over at Echo Base Network, and I got to meet him. I did one of my original goals, one of the first goals I had. I'm going to talk to these guys that I looked up to and admired. These guys that helped me, even though they didn't know they were helping me. They had no idea that they were getting me through something. Listening to their content, listening to their streams, because I was lying on a couch and I couldn't do shit. They got me through that. They kept me sane when I was going insane. And just getting to talk to Jeremy about that, getting to talk to Jeff about that, getting to talk to Ethan Van Skyver about that, and tell them, hey, you have had this huge influence on me. All that hard work, absolutely worth it. What's your one thing? It can be. It absolutely can be. Project Storytime. Yes. Mexican Iron Man says, Loki is brilliantly correct. I am. And I agree with Mead Tom. Subscriber count celebrations are a waste of time. I've never seen the point. I have helped or produced more than a dozen channels. Last time I was going to do a celebration. I didn't. And Mexican Iron Man said, well, why aren't you going to do one? And I said, well, I'm going to do an upload and I'm going to say thank you. Because this isn't about like me getting a buck from anybody. This isn't about me getting a super chat. I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you to everybody. And that's what I did. Now, when I hit 2,000, will I have a live stream? I might, or I might just do another thank you video. I haven't decided yet. It's not about getting super chats. It's not about getting more. It's about saying thank you. It's about saying thank you. Celebrations aren't always about money. That's right. That Steven's absolutely correct. It's not always about money. It's about saying thank you. It's about showing your appreciation. And Floral from Under a Rock. Low-key, disregard Tom and Mike. They give bad advice. Stop listening to yourself. Thank you, Floral. We have an opportunity to lead the way. We have an opportunity to say, this is how you do it. It's something I've always told Mexican Ironman. Just because these people do something like this doesn't mean we have to do that. We can do it our way. We can do it our way. We can do it a different way. It doesn't always have to be done the same way. It doesn't always have to be done like that. We can do it our way. We can do it a new way, and we can lead the way. If people who have been behind you want them to know it, sometimes a thank you video, in my opinion, or post sometimes can be impersonal. Impersonal. Okay. Impersonal. Not personal. Like, okay. I think we're getting too far off what I'm trying to say here. You can do it your way. Just like Steven does it his way. So it's all right, brother. This is my spelling sucks. You're absolutely. I got the gist of what you were saying. Steven can do it his way. Dean Krantz could do it his way. Louise Sparrow could do it her way. I can do it my way. None of those ways are wrong. Even if they're completely different ways of doing something. Doesn't mean they're wrong. It just means we have our own way of doing things. And yeah, I called Mike every day to make sure he was okay. And sometimes he was more than okay. He was like, Loki, there's a nurse here and we're about to, woohoo, can I call you back? Uh-huh. And by the end of that trip, there were like 24 pregnant nurses at the hospital that he was at. So take that for what you will. Mexican Iron Man does it his way too, just for the hell of it. Old Gamer 72 Cutlass, driving a semi is boring and lonely at times. You and others help get me through it. Thank you, brother. I know just what you mean. I was talking about driving the other day, and how crazy my schedule used to be. Now that there was no way I could have done something like this back then. I was going to college. I was driving a truck all at the same time. There was just no way. Oh yeah. Dozens of little Bambinos. Yes, absolutely. Arwyn Avalon, dozens of little Bambinos running around. And you're fine, Luis. I get that way too. Sometimes I'll apologize. I'll be like, hey, I'm saying hi to everybody on my phone, especially when I'm driving. I can't do that. So if you ever get like a hello everyone from Loki, it's because I'm driving in my car and I can't sit there and at everybody. So good morning, Leia Rose. Good morning. Good morning. But everybody kind of has their own way of doing things. And I love it when I hear you're doing it wrong. That's one thing I absolutely love to hear is you're doing this wrong. You're doing your show wrong. You shouldn't be doing this. And I love to hear that because everybody kind of does things their own way. Now, of course, if you were being a dick, I could see, and guys, I saw somebody the other day cuss out his entire chat and call them unts and all kinds of stuff. Unts, yes, just throw a C at the front of that. They weren't kidding either. They were yelling and screaming. I don't understand how this is possible. I don't understand how they keep their I don't see how they keep their audience, but they do. So apparently, what I would say they're doing wrong. Well, calling your entire audience the C word, I would say that's wrong, but they still have people that come back and watch their show each and every week. So yeah, apparently not. Bad Steven Seagal says, I think another bad thing is letting others influence how you do your content because it doesn't meet their standards and yet call you friends. That's right. That's why I try not to think about standards. Don't think about standards. Don't tell other people what to do on their shit. You can give them advice. You can always give people advice. But even that, I've had people come back and act like I'm trying to tell them what to do. I'm like, no, it's just advice. Take it or leave it. Mexican Iron Man gives me advice all the time. And I will take it or leave it. I'll always be respectful about that advice because it's coming from someone I respect. But it's my decision at the end of the day what to run with and what not to run with. And I have to accept the responsibility of the consequences of that. Because at the end of the day, it's on me. I can't blame Mexican Iron Man if something doesn't work out. I'm not going to blame Mexican Iron Man. If I have an idea or he has an idea and we run with that, I'm not going to blame him if that doesn't work out. I'm not going to say, well, it's all your freaking fault because you mentioned it and I tried it. So advice is fantastic. But when it becomes judgmental or condescending, it just deters the notion. Thank you, Fat Steven Seagal. At the end of the day, you're in charge of your content. It's you. You decide what you run with. You decide what you're going to have on your channel. Do what you love to do. Here it is right there. It's those simple words right there. Those 6 simple words. Do what you love to do. I do sports here on YouTube. I'm slowly getting folks, and I thank you for the support. Lugnut6. Do what you love. Do what you love. Talk about what you love. That was a tough lesson. Lugnuts. That was a tough lesson to learn. Talk about what you love. I'll tell you a little story real quick. There was a content creator that was coming to me for advice a lot. And they said, what should I talk about? I'm kind of lost. What should I talk about? I said, talk about what you love. What do you love? Well, I love this show, but it'll never work and nobody wants to listen to me talk about it. I said, if you love it, talk about it. Why? Why would you talk about something you love? No one's going to want to talk about it. It's not going to be engaging for the chat. Why do I want to talk about this? And I said, because you love it. And that's going to come out. That's going to come out when you talk about it. Cardinal Sin, member from 9 months who knows a warrior of Midgard, says, Hail Loki. Hail Stone Loki. So glad to see you live again. Thank you so much, Cardinal Sin. So glad to see you on here too. Oh, you got your studio problems fixed. Prince Lethal with a $4 super sticker, and he's offering me a cup of coffee. Thank you, brother. Seriously, I need it this morning. It has been one of those mornings. Cardinal Sin with a $20 super chat says, "Hail Loki, please do your incredible Guy Pearce Peter Whalen voice when you get a chance. It's great." Well, Cardinal Sin, yes. If you are hearing this is the voice of Peter Whalen, and I am long dead. Thank you so very much for your super chat, Cardinal Sin. You all keep the fires of Valhalla burning bright. Skål. Thank you, Cardinal Sin. Cardinal, if you want me to do yes, this is the voice of Peter Whalen, and you are watching Cardinal Sin on YouTube. If you want me to do something like that for you, dude, just seriously, send me. I will be more than happy to do something like that for you. Send me a DM on Twitter, and I'll record something. Anything you want, brother. Seriously, Cardinal Sin's such a great guy. If you haven't checked out Cardinal Sin, check out his channel. He is on YouTube. He does a variety of shows on YouTube. Absolutely wonderful guy. Thank you so much, Cardinal. Blame Mexican Iron Man. Yes, it's all Mexican Iron Man's fault. It's all Mexican Iron Man's fault. But you're in charge. At the end of the day, you're in charge. You're in charge of your channel. You're in charge of your ideas. You're in charge of what you do. Do something that you love. Why wouldn't you do that? Why would you do something you don't love? Okay, I understand talking about stuff. Like I was on a stream with Rambling Canuck yesterday talking about Picard. I don't like Picard. I don't like any of the Kurtzman Trek. Why would I talk about it? Why would I watch it? Because honestly, having those types of discussions are fun. I love those discussions. I don't particularly like the show. I'm not going to do a review of the show because it'll drive me mad. Doing season 3 of Discovery about drove me to drinking daily. So, I'm not going to go down the bullet bourbon route. I'll leave that to Doomcock and I'll leave that to them. I'm not going to go down that route because I'll just start drinking every day. And no, I'm not going to live in a glass of bullet bourbon. It's not going to happen. I like my vanilla whiskey and my Skol vodka. Skol, I love the Crystal Skol vodka, but I'm not going to live in that bottle. I'm not going to live in that bottle on a daily basis. Yes, Mark Anthony Tyre did warn me it was bad, and Picard's bad. I absolutely cannot stand Picard. But I love talking about that stuff. I love talking about Star Trek. Excuse me. Oh my God. Sorry. I love talking about Star Trek. Ooh, goodbye, bot. Block. See you. Goodbye, bot. So, puke hard. Yes, puke hard. We're not doing puke hard. God, Steven Seagal says, I bust my ass without Twinkies, but always love advice and thoughts. So what got you here? What brought you here? I know what brought me here. Fellowship, brotherhood, standing together, having each other's backs. Having each other's backs. That's the most important thing. Backing your fellowship. That is the most important thing. And sometimes you get shit from inside. That's the worst thing that you'll ever have to deal with, is when bullshit happens inside. We don't like that. And we don't like to have to deal with that. And we don't want to deal with it. And we shouldn't have to. But sometimes we do. And when that happens, you man up and you deal with it. You don't run away. You don't hide. You man up and you do what you have to do. Magitech Mags with a $5 super chat says we have to have a balance. Talk about what you love the most and call out the bullshit that's out there while doing it. The love outweighs the bullshit. Thank you so very much, Mags, for that $5 super chat. You guys keep the fires burning bright here in Valhalla. And this one, Mags, is just for your toxic femininity. Skull! DJ Ronnie G says that's why I seize and appreciate every opportunity to appear on Nerdporial streams. Let's talk about opportunity real quick. We've got, 15, 20 minutes left of the show. Let's talk about opportunity real quick. As a content creator, you will have the opportunity to work with other people. You will have the opportunity to work with other content creators. Should you accept every opportunity to work with other content creators? If you know them and you enjoy what they have to say, sure. Absolutely. Get to know the person. Work with them, get to know them, do some cross-pollination. That's absolutely fine. One of the harder things to deal with that I have had to deal with since I started was I worked with a gentleman towards the beginning of my streaming career, I guess, and he ended up coming out with this manifesto. Crazy ass manifesto thing where he's sitting there and he's reading off this piece of paper. I guess he wrote all of this down, and he's talking about getting rid of people that don't agree with him, and that they need to leave YouTube unless they're on board with what he's saying. And I was just like, you know what? Nope. And I told him right then and there, I said, I'm sorry, but I cannot support this. You're talking about canceling people and getting rid of people, and if they don't agree with you. I'm not going to go down that road. I'm not going to go down that road, and I'm not going to do that. And I didn't. I never streamed with that person again. And that it bothered me. It did, because I had streamed with this person, I'd hung out with this person, I'd had good times on their shows, and it changed over time. It changed. It went from a free flowing, have a good time, talk about a movie, act like kind of goofy, to this, we're going to do it this way, and we're going to have bullet points, and you can't go on topic, and I will mute you if you get out of hand, and yada, yada, yada. And it was just like, okay, wow, all right. And right there, glory is fleeting, except in Valhalla. And there it is right there. That saying, glory is fleeting, except in Valhalla, was born from this person acting like an ass and coming on my 1,000 subscriber celebration and saying, Loki, glory is fleeting. And Project Storytime said, sir, glory is fleeting, except in Valhalla. So thank you, my friend, for standing by me and having my back. Project Storytime, thank you. That's what Valhalla is about. It's absolutely what Valhalla is about. Cardinal Sin with $5 super chat. What you say is true. People are mercurial that way. You never know when something is going to strike a nerve, the wrong one, the wrong way. No, you don't. You never know. You never know when that's going to happen. You never know when that's going to happen. And it hurts when it does. A lot of these people I am friends with, a lot of these people I have encouraged, a lot of these people I've had their backs, they've had my backs. Some people have been here from the very beginning and have supported me from the very start. And that has always been appreciated. That has never been looked down upon. That has never been frowned upon. I have lived through so many YouTube breakups, and it's been heartbreaking. It's even harder when you are behind the scenes and see misunderstandings or egos play out. Valhalla is the fellowship. Snoopy on the ground. What is the fellowship? All of us. And thank you, Brandon, Looney Tunes fan. You're awesome, brother. Thank you. And good morning to the Legendary Tron. I know you got my back, brother. Seriously. And then yeah, I've got yours. The Legendary Tron, ladies and gentlemen, he fights for the users. Thank you, my friend. Thank you so very much. And good morning, War Monkey. Good morning. Psychodorf, oh, I'm sorry. Psychodorf 9 with a $5 super chat. You also can't worry about everyone else. Your soul is your own. It's true. It's true. You can't always worry about everybody else. Your content is your content. Your content is your content, and or your job or your life or whatever we're talking about here. A lot of people think this is not common sense, but it is very much common sense. You are correct. Your soul is your own. You are responsible. Mexican Iron Man, Loki is correct about collaboration, except and unless it's with that Mexican Iron Man dude. That Mexican Iron Man guy is a weirdo. And thank you so much, Psychodorf9, for your $5 super chat. You guys keep the fires burning bright here in Valhalla, and this one's just for you, Psychodorf. Skull!
Long live the fighters!
Magitech Mags makes a very good point here. That's why I learned to back away from the channels who publicly air out their breakups. I understand it, but I don't need it. That's why I love Loki so much. He's the creamer to my coffee. Thank you so very much, Max. Thank you. No on the public drama. I don't want public drama. Some people think that public drama is like a train wreck. Oh, you can't take your eyes off of it. No, you really can, especially when you see train wreck after train wreck after train wreck. You just don't care anymore. You become desensitized to it. And then your channel falls apart and is nothing because you based your channel off of drama and bullshit. Moons of Madness, YouTube drama is boring. When it starts, I'm out. Public drama drains. I remember that manifesto guy. He's long since gone. He fancied himself the future leader of all fandom menace, like the manifesto from Mission Impossible movie. Yes. Yes. We don't want drama. We don't do drama. We don't like drama. We don't want to have it around. We just want to do what we do. Valhalla is a fellowship or a city in paradise near Des Moines, Iowa. It's on this statement on the first post. Thank you so much. Lugnut6. Yes. And we're going to have a get together. We're going to have a get together in October. I can't wait to meet so many of you. So many are coming. We're going to have it in Dallas. It's going to be in Dallas, Texas, in October during RetroCon. So we're going to hang out at RetroCon for 2 days. We're going to have a night at a barcade where we all hang out and chill. There's going to be some other stuff that we do where we get to hang out and chill. Loki's going to take some people out to dinner. So no, I'm not in Des Moines. I'm not in Des Moines. No, I'm in Houston, Texas. Yeah. But we're going to get together in October. We're going to have a good time. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here today. I know we kind of rambled through some different topics today, but it was a good discussion. You know, that one thing. What's that one thing? What's that one thing that brought you to the game? We all have it. There's always a reason. And even if you're like, well, it was money, I wanted to get rich. Maybe that's changed. Maybe you've realized, well, I wanted to get a huge audience, Loki. Maybe that's changed. Maybe you're looking at this from a different perspective. And if you are here for that, I'm truly sorry for you. I am. That's all you care about. There's definitely other ways to go about it. So, guys, thank you. Thank you so much. Darth Arena, good morning. No drama. It's nobody's business what happens behind the scenes. That's right. Smack him for me, Darth Arena. You just smack him. Smack him good and tell him how it is. Oh, Loki's getting angry. Feisty. Loki's angry and feisty. Magic Mag says if everything pans out at work, I might be able to come to October meetup. I would love to see you, Mags. Love to see all of you. Absolutely, positively would love to see all of you. Have a better one. Psychodorp 9, you have a great one. I'm really enjoyed this conversation today. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of it. Thank you all so very much for being a part of this conversation this morning. I love my YouTube Wednesdays when we just get to sit around and talk about YouTube and how things are. How things are, because there's always different ways to do things. There's always different ways to go about it. And there's always different ways to look at it in a YouTube perspective. So thank you guys. Snowdub coming in late. Back of the class says for the $2 super chat, Skull and tuck and roll. Thank you so very much, Snowdub. This one is just for you, brother. We're gonna throw you $1. Skull.
A dollar? I've never seen a dollar. Nobody's got a dollar. Let us see the dollar. There it is. It's beautiful. Take your hat off, boy. That's a $1 bill.
Take your hat off, boy. That's a $1 bill. The original is still the best. Valhalla is the name for the community that Loki has built on this channel. Through the shows, whether we are subs or members or patrons or regular viewers, we are Valhalla. That's right. I put it this way. I'll leave you guys with this. This is the way I originally put it. Instead of going out in front of the whole town and saying, I'm going to do this, and have them all laugh at you and walk away, I went and started moving a mountain. I started moving rocks from one pile to a different pile. And people came along. I believe one of the first people that came along was Lori Roberts, and said, Loki, what are you doing? I said, I'm moving this mountain. And she started helping. And then other people came along, like Dave Bob, and started helping. And more people came along. Heiress of Chaos came along. Mexican Iron Man came along. And suddenly there was a whole group of people helping me make a mountain. Not because I went in front of the whole town and said I was going to move a mountain, but because I just started doing it. Every journey begins with the first step. And unless you take that first step, the journey will never happen. It's up to you to take that first step. I can't do it for you. Mexican Iron Man can't do it for you. Arwyn Avalon, Snowdubs, Fat Steven, they can't do it for you. You have to take that first step. You have to walk into the fire. That's what you have to do. We can't do it for you. Nobody else can either. You have to make that jump. She's listening. Snoopy on the ground. She's out there listening. She retired. She used to be in on Wall Street. She used to work on Wall Street. Now she's retired. But Lori is a wonderful person. And she's out there right now, listening somewhere. Whether it's later today, whether it's tomorrow, whenever it is. Be your own advocate. Be your own advocate. You are the match that lights the fire in your life. That's right. You have to take that step. Nobody else can do it for you. That's right. We love you, Lori. Absolutely. Old Gamer 72 Cutlass says, I was laying tile in my basement when I first heard Loki on Friday Night Frolics. That was an absolutely crazy stream, too. Absolutely crazy stream. Yes, I miss Lori harassing Mexican Iron Man as well. Absolutely. So, guys, thank you so much. Seriously, thank you for being here. Thank you for hanging out with us on YouTube Talk Wednesdays. We'll be back tomorrow with Thirsty Thursdays. I will have some kind of crazy show planned. But until then, be great. Be excellent to each other. Always speak friend to enter. And I will see you all next time. Take care, everybody.
These videos are tremendous. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hammer that notification bell.